What's up, everybody? It's your boy Demo coming at you with another one. You guys already see what it is. 2010 Toyota Corolla purchased $1,750. You're gonna notice right off the bat there is no green light on this one, which means, guys, there's no warranty. There is a yellow light, so we know there is an announcement. Blue light means that there is a 30-day wait for the title, and red light, I don't know what that means exactly because they don't announce it. So, what is the yellow light for? Engine problem, runs rough, hesitation, idle dips some when you put it into gear, vibrations. I'm going to go with a tune-up. I'm going to go with motor mounts. I am going to go with potentially a IAC. It's the idle air control valve. That's what I think it is. I'm going to say it's going to be less than $200 to repair. Let's move right along here. Open recall. We got a guy that comes to the shop and takes care of all of our recalls for us, free of charge. Carfax reports it was a rental. Not really that worried about that. Some body damage, cracked windshield, faded lights, paintwork on the bumper, nose front, suspension noise, front end on turns. So, generally speaking, three majors here, okay? Number one, if it's making a clanking noise, clank, 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 when you turn right or left, that is going to be a CV axle. Not a big deal. If it's a thud, chances are that's going to be a tie rod end. If it is a louder thud when you're turning, or actually that one doesn't even make sense. So those are you, or it could be a lower control arm if it's a louder thud. That makes sense. I'm sorry. I was thinking strut mount, but that's when you're going over bumps. If you hear a thud when you're going over bumps, look at this. I'm watching a 2010 Corolla pull in right now into my dealership. That one's really nice. Anyway, so yeah, if you're going over bumps or anything like that, and you're hearing like a thud, like a but not in a repetitive, not like it's on a wheel, but it's only when you're going over bumps, chances are that's going to be suspension. Usually it'll be a suspension mount. Let's keep looking. We have two codes here. I wonder what they're for. Burned marks. Oh, burned marks? I guess, is that right, guys? Burned marks? I would just say, burn holes. But whatever. Air conditioning blows but does not blow cold. Air conditioner / heater. So, generally speaking, when you see something like that, you're going to assume it's going to be the AC compressor or potentially low on Freon. If it's low on Freon, they sell this stuff. It's called, I want to say it's Red Devil. It's Red something or other. It's super expensive. It's like $20 for like an ounce of this stuff. And you put it in when you fill the car up with Freon. And it really does a great job of sealing pinhole leaks and stuff like that. If you have a leak coming from the valve, you could always just get the valve replaced, the valve stem replaced. If it's a hose, hoses are pretty cheap. What you don't want it to be, guys, when you're buying cars, you never, ever, ever want it to be the evaporator. I believe it's the evaporator. It's the one that's in the dashboard. That is, and I hope I'm not jinxing myself, but that is, the whole dashboard's got to come out. At that point, it's really not even worth it. Just let them buy a fan. So let's see here. It's coming from Cape Coral, 208,000 miles. It's the LE version. It's the 1.8 liter, which means it's better on gas than I believe the 2.4 was the other option for this one, which might have been the S. But anyway, guys, let's get to the nitty gritty. Let's check out some pictures. So, right off rip, this definitely looks good. I like it. I like it. I like it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. White's a good color for here in Florida, too. White cars sell, man. This one I'm looking at right to the right of me right now, she's got it rimmed up and everything. Anyway, moving right along. We could buff those headlights out, not a big deal. We see they have upgraded LED lights. Whatever. Little hubbies. All four, nice. That was a score. Nice. All four. I like it. I like when they come through like that. Yeah, we already knew it was an alley. And the bottom looks nice. All right, so the seats can definitely use a cleaning, no doubt. I can see a burn mark right there. So it is a burn mark. It's not burned mark. It's burn mark. There's a burn mark. I don't know. Guys, leave in the comments below. Is it burnt mark or burn mark? But anyway, you can see it right there. Not a big deal. A pet peeve of mine, guys, is getting into a car and it smells like smoke. One of the things that Leroy does is he smokes, and he smokes in the cars, and it absolutely drives me crazy. To a smoker, it doesn't matter, right? To someone who does something all the time, it doesn't matter. But when you're selling vehicles to let's just say, you have someone who's a non-smoker, they're going to pick up on that shit right away, man. So if you're a car dealer and you're smoking and you have the mindset, oh, they're my cars anyway, I could do whatever the fuck I want, blah, 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 just understand you could potentially be hurting your sale. All right, smoke is one of those things that are very difficult to get out of a car. I do have an ionizer, so I can do it. Once I run my ionizer through it, Leroy knows not to smoke in the cars anymore. And that's just what it is. But again, guys, you don't know how many times I've gotten into cars and they smell like smoke and it was a total turnoff. You don't know how many times I've dealt with people that have gotten into cars that smell like smoke and like, oh yeah, it was a smoker's car. It doesn't mean that the car wasn't taken care of. It does not mean that anything is bad with the car other than it just has this nasty stench to it. And again, if you're a smoker, you probably don't care. But for the rest of the world who understand about how terrible smoking is for you, and I'm in the healthcare field, so, I know. And I know your grandmother probably smoked her whole life and never got cancer, and God bless. But, the odds are against you on that one. It's a terrible fucking smell. Why would you want to smell like cigarette smoke? Why would you want to smell like moldy clothing? Why would you want to smell at all? There's a reason why people sell cologne. Anyway, I have to look at this picture right now, and I can see that it's idling at almost 1,000. I am going to say that it's going to be the idle air control valve. 208, I love it. I don't know if this is dirt or stain, doesn't matter. Oh man, I'm tired this morning, guys. It's 6:30. I'm just pulling up to work. Oil looks all right. So guys, when you look at oil and stuff like that, I'm gonna tell you a little trick here. Okay, don't look at the oil. That's a great photo right there. Don't look at this. So I was in business with this guy who bought and sold cars. He was a wholesaler, and he ran them through the auction, and he would keep dirty oil on hand. So what he would do is he would just take his oil, right, from whoever was selling cars or whatever, he would do it, and he would do like a 50-50 mix. He would take the dirty oil and mix it with clean oil and then put it back into the vehicle. Not as an oil change and not to save money, but just to fool people, fool dealers at the auction. So when you're pulling out the dipstick, it doesn't look new, like it's just been changed, because that doesn't tell you anything. But it doesn't look old, like it's never been changed. It looks like this. So it looks like it's been changed recently, which subliminally gives you the train of thought that it's like, oh, well, they were maintaining it because they were doing oil changes. As where if it had a fresh oil change, you might think, oh, the dealer just put new oil in there. All right. You want to look at the cap as well, And now he would have caps. Like when we would go to LKQ, he would steal a bunch of different oil caps for a bunch of different cars, and he would just always have oil caps. And if his oil cap in the car that he had purchased was looking really rough, he would change it with a better looking used one. And same thing with radiator caps, because you can drain the fluid and put it in there, but the radiator cap and the oil cap, most people don't change. That's just a little piece of advice for you guys. Just watch yourselves out there, okay? See what these codes are. Engine control system malfunction. We'll have to look that up. Lower high. We'll look that up too. Sorry, tired. VIN number. So that is it. That is the car, guys. That's it. Oh, that windshield does look bad. I might put a windshield in there. I don't know if you guys know this or not. Leroy and I changed every window in an Audi a few months ago. It's actually not so bad to put a windshield in, but and you could probably buy this windshield for, I don't know, not much. But I'll call this place over here called Columbia Auto Glass. See what they'll charge to put it in versus what it'll cost us to put one in. I have all the, I have the Milwaukee caulking gun to use there's a special adhesive for windshields, so we have that. I already have the caulking gun, and then it's just the windshield, and I have the professional suction cups for the windshield. Again, guys, this is all about your comfort level, okay? If you're not comfortable learning how to change out windshields, then let someone do it for you. If you're comfortable doing stuff like that, save yourself the money. You know what I mean? Like in the Audi alone, they wanted upwards of $750 to do the windshield. I got the windshield for $110 and put it in ourselves. So, yeah, these seats need to get taken out. And I don't know how that happens. Is that a hole? I noticed the other day, one of the cars that I had bought had a hole there, like from the heel. Like, how big is your fucking heel? But at any rate, guys, you tell me what you think. $1,750. I want to say I'm in it for like, I really don't know what I'm in it for. I could look it up right now for you with the bill of sale, but I think it's like $2,100 all in number. Before we do that, let me do this. It's so funny that I do this stuff with you guys and I don't do it prior to making the purchase. It's actually terrible. I don't really spend that much time when I'm buying the cars in terms of going over it. I'm going to say without solar. Come on. Damn, this windshield went... This is an expensive windshield. $77, but that's 100 miles away, so I'm not driving all the way out there. Now, you can go to PYP and pull it yourself. And let's just see what solar does. Way better. So we'll end up putting a solar windshield in it. I don't know if it has one or not. I don't even know what solar means. But I do know it means it's going to cost us $100 less. $50 or $80 less. Now, you can go to like LKQ, Tampa. We want to go, let's see. What the hell? Oh my God, I hate cookies. So, Tampa. I really just, I just want a price list. I don't understand why I have to go through all this prices. Here we go. Windshield. So the price of it's the top one, okay? Windshield. Total price is $51.99. The actual price is going to be $39.99. There is no core. If I wanted a 90-day worry-free guarantee, it would be $12. So chances are I'm going to go to LKQ, pull out this windshield myself, put it in the back of Leroy's truck, or put it in my truck, depending on if he's going to go. Leroy doesn't really like the pick and pull. It's way too hot for him, and he's got bad legs. As you guys may or may not know, he was crushed with he was unloading a car, and he had a trailer, and another car in front of our dealership came up. Not the recent one. This is a few years ago at a different one. And a car came up and wasn't paying attention and crushed him. He almost lost both of his legs. By the good grace of God, he managed to save him. And Leroy is a resilient motherfucker, man. They told him that he would never walk again, and I promise you, within 3 months, he was driving and walking again. He's not the fastest walker. And a funny story, just like a little funny story for you guys. We went to buy a bunch of parts one day, and we had a bunch of bags. We were at like AutoZone or Advanced, whatever it's called. What is that thing called? It's like a shifter. Anyway, so we're there and we got a bunch of parts, oil, parts, etc. Like 5 or 6 bags worth of stuff. I'm with them, so I whip out my card. I pay for the parts, not a big deal. And I ended up buying a Monster, so I grabbed the Monster off the counter, and he knows all the girls there, and the girl's like, oh, you're not going to help him? And again, keep in mind, we were all joking around at the time. And the girl's like, oh, you're not even going to help him carry any bags? That's fucked up, blah, 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 blah. I was like, man, he hurt his legs, not his arms. I guess you had to be there. It was funny, but at any rate, that's all it was. Let's see what I paid for this car. I think you have to actually download the bill of sale now with this place to see the full price. I don't know why it's taking forever. What's up with this thing? Yeah, see, it doesn't tell you. I wish you wouldn't have to download the bill of sale. There we go. So let's see. Yeah, I don't care. Whatever. Just open it. So the total price was $2,134. So you could look, guys. The sale price was $1,750. The buyer total fee was $150. ACV transportation was $234. I took this. There is no arbitration because there is no green light, and the total price was $2,134 delivered. So I'm not mad at that, and you guys can see right here that Benz is still dispatched, so hopefully it'll come in one of these days. The Accord, they're still trying to find a carrier. So if you guys, if you've seen the Accord video and you're like, hey, I don't think that car's got 77,000 miles. So what's it have? 75, right? So we can go here, press and copy. And I haven't done this yet, but we will. We go to Manheim. And I use Manheim for quick little auto checks because they're free here. I do have a guy that gives me Carfaxes for like $4 or $5. Let's see, when you hit auto check, last reported mileage was 56,000 miles, 4 owners, 1 accident. So that's that, guys. And here's what I want to tell you about odometer rollback. As a matter of fact, let me get into that in my next video. You guys have a great day.